Hey everybody, this is Bruce Bishop from ChronicleT.com. We're back once again with Matt Douglas and Tim Alcorn from AM 930 WEOL. Hey guys.
Hello, Bruce. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas
Why don't
to
you tell everybody what you bought for yourself?
Yeah, I bought myself an Apple Watch because in the spirit of giving, I thought I should give to me too.
Sure, they say it feels better to give than to receive. In Bruce's case, he got both of them.
He's feeling great.
I'm a happy guy. All right, let's get to work. We're going to boogie through this because I have a little more shopping to do yet for myself. We have some action from last week, and we only have 2 unbeaten teams left.
As far as the boys are concerned, yeah, we're down to 2. It's hard to believe that number has dwindled so rapidly. But the 2 that are still unbeaten, we knew going into the year, Lorain High and Clearview had outstanding boys basketball teams, and they certainly have lived up to their billing. Lorain High coming off that Final Four season last year, they just continue to roll along, have yet to taste defeat, just having a tremendous year. And then I saw Clearview on Friday night just dismantle the Oberlin Phoenix. They led that game 11-0, 31-6 at the end of one quarter. They've got some tremendous players, a great coach in John Sally, of course, Javon Todd, and some other guys on that team, Jameel Billings. I mean, they just have a terrific complement of talent. So I would think Lorain High and Clearview, they've gotten off to these fast starts, and something tells me they're in for a very special season.
Yeah, I really think so, too. I mean, Lorain has been on top of it, I think, since the go of this season. The Lake Erie League play is going to get a little tougher, certainly, for them, but I think they're a team that could possibly run the table this season. Clearview, they're going to be tested in their first game back from this break. They've got about 2 weeks off, and then they run into a Fairview Warriors team that's been playing some very good basketball. In fact, right before they play Fairview that is, they'll have Elyria Catholic, another tough team that unfortunately fell by the wayside on the unbeatens earlier last week. But that should be a fun game. Clearview and Fairview coming up. I think that's January the 4th, so look forward to that one.
Yeah, we mentioned to John Sally during our postgame show on WEOL following that Clearview win over Oberlin. You've got a 2-week layoff. He said, we didn't like that when we saw that on the schedule, but it's just the way the schedule broke. But they do have a scrimmage remaining, so they are going to scrimmage just full game conditions. I believe Amherst over the break. But, yeah, we'll see if that 2-week layoff really affects the Clippers.
That's a good idea. I like that idea because, like I said, I mean, Fairview is going to be in action. In their last 2 games, they posted 223 points, I think it was. Wow. So that's a very good offensive Fairview team. That should be a lot of fun to see with the defense of the Clippers against them, too.
So some up teams, but we also have one we need to talk about, and that's EC's had a little rough spot.
Yeah, Matt, you alluded to the fact that they fell from the ranks of the unbeaten, and they have indeed hit a rough patch. They've lost 3 games in a row, kind of came back to earth a little bit. Now, this is still a very good basketball team, and they lost to 3 very good clubs. So we'll see if they can kind of get this thing turned around. It's going to be an interesting weekend over at Elyria Catholic. They're actually hosting a holiday tournament.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. In fact, that's going to be a great holiday tournament. We're going to have some games on WEOL from that one. Midview taking on Northwestern earlier in the day at Elyria Catholic and Keystone. Keystone's coming off a tremendous victory as well over Buckeye. So going to be great basketball being played. As you said, Tim, I mean, those 3 losses, they came against very good teams in Triway at the Worcester Holiday Tournament, a team that had single-digit losses on the season. Same with Rocky River. And the game before that, they lost to Vermilion, which is a team that you and I argued. I don't think they really have a loss. Some people would say the loss to Spire Institute does indeed count. But, I mean, that's Vermilion's only loss on the season, too.
Yeah, we still need to work out that poll. What's a loss?
Get the poll up here, right?
Has the most points kind of wins.
Sure. That's our viewer poll this week. Is the Vermilion loss really a loss?
How many other teams are playing against teams with professional players on them? I would beg to ask that question.
So, a team like that, EC, good team, they lose 3 games, that hurts. I mean, in the end, that could be a plus for them, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you talk to, first-year head coach Rob Palmer at EC, although he's been with the program a long time, was elevated to that head coaching spot after being an assistant with Phil Cookta for many years. But whether it's Rob or any other coach, they want to be battle-tested. They want to play very good basketball teams during the course of the regular season. So you become ready come tournament time. And for EC, they are in a rugged sectional district tournament. So Yeah, you don't like to lose, but you do want to play top-notch competition.
Without a doubt. And coaches aren't going to look past that number. Everyone's very aware Elyria Catholic's a very real basketball team. They're going to be very tough. They're going to get another opportunity at Rocky River, and they very well could turn the tide on the Pirates when they get that second opportunity. So I look forward to Elyria Cat. They're going to have a good season despite what those losses say about them. And if teams are dumb enough to look at those 3 losses and say, hey, this is an easy one, then shame on them, and they'll find out very quickly.
And another good example of that, I know we touched on this a little bit last week in the video, but Open Door. I'm telling you what, that's a team in Division 4 that's going to make a lot of noise come tournament time. So what did Todd Wright do during the regular season? He scheduled up. He scheduled some tough competition just to make sure his kids had seen everything, had competed against very good clubs. So when they get to that Division 4 tournament, they'll be ready.
Yeah, without a doubt. They already played one Division IV team that very well could end up in their bracket, and that's Columbia. They got an early loss to Columbia, so that's a good win for Columbia. Adam Ross, one of the top scorers in the county with about 22 points a game. So, I mean, Columbia is a good team. That's a team they've already faced, an Open Door, that is. So, I mean, they know what to expect if they have to play them tournament time. So that should be fun down the line, too, if they meet again.
All right. All right, listen, it's time for Janasco Insurance Players of the Week. Tim, you've had a card hidden in your sleeve.
Well,
is this the day you play it?
I think I've got to play my Devon Grant card. I got to put it on the table. Of course, he's just an exceptional player. We've mentioned a couple of times that this Titan star has already committed to Miami of Ohio. And I've said a couple of times, at some point he's going to get the Janasco Insurance Player of the Week. I'm going to play my card here as a holiday gift maybe to Devon Grant. Just a phenomenal player. And from what I understand from Coach Rossitano, really a spectacular young man as far as his grades and just what he does at Lorain High, his involvement with the school. So Devon Grant had another tremendous week last week. Tuesday night, Lorain High with a big win over Lutheran East. He had 24 points in that ball game. They come back on Friday night. They put 100 on the board against Shaw, a 29-point effort in that ball game. Devon Grant just keeps putting up big game after big game. That's why he's going to Miami of Ohio. So Devon Grant, this is the week. Heck, there may be another one in 2019, but I'm going to give my Janasco Insurance Player of the Week to Devon Grant. Congratulations not only on his week last week, but really the spectacular season that he's putting together in his senior year.
Without a doubt, he's playing tremendous basketball, and the Titans are following suit right behind him. So he's been a fantastic player. And Tim, as you point out, a guy probably could have won the award several times over at this point in the year. So exciting things ahead for Lorain Titans. Unfortunately for the Lorain Titans girls team, they came up with a tough loss. They were 5-1 going into a game against Avon Lake last week to end the week. Kind of on the weekend there on Saturday. And they ended up losing to Avon Lake, and that's where my Janasco Insurance Player of the Week comes in. I had to go with the defense. The Avon Lake Shore Gals playing tremendous ball, according to the article written up by Tim Grattan in the Chronicle Telegram, forced 23 turnovers, and that's why I went with Allie Heschel as my Player of the Week, because of the defense that they played, and the comment by Coach Dave Zavara after the game saying, look, she sets the tone for our defense. When you have 23 turnovers in a game and you're quoted by the coach as saying, hey, she sets the tone, that's very impressive. She also led her team in scoring with 12 points in that victory over a very good Lorain Titans team who falls to 5-2 on the season with that loss, only their second loss on the year. And the Avon Lake Shore Gals advanced to 8-2 on the season. So Allie Heschel is my Janasco Insurance Player of the Week this week.
And you mentioned Coach Zavara saying she sets the tone on the defensive end. So often you hear about a player, boys and girls basketball, that sets the tone offensively. You know, the point guard that kind of sets the stage and runs the show per se. You need to have that player on the defensive end as well. And boy, Allie Heschel really fills that role.
Yeah, the Shore Gals defense last week only allowed 53 points in their 2 games. Only allowed 30 from Lakewood, 23 against a very good Lorain Titans team. Again, I influenced that.
Okay. All right, listen, we kind of talk about the same sort of people because some of them are just such beasts. But there are a lot of other teams that we maybe don't get to. Let's do that right now. Just randomly, give me some teams.
Well, I want to go back to a team that you mentioned earlier in our video here, the Keystone Wildcats. That was a huge win for Jeff Holzhauer's team against the Buckeye Bucks on Friday night. course, this is the last year of the Patriot Athletic Conference. Buckeye has somewhat dominated the league, and I don't think there's anybody in the pack that's sad to see Buckeye leave. They're just a bigger school than everybody else in the conference. Keystone, you talk about defense. Boy, they held a good Buckeye team to a low-scoring total on Friday night. In reading the article in the Saturday Chronicle Telegram, Jeff Holzhauer just raved about his team's defense, how they really locked in on Buckeye. So I'll tip my cap to the Keystone Wildcats. That was a big win for their team.
Oh, absolutely. It was 8 points in the second half. 3 baskets,
Wow.
2 threes, and a 2 there by the Buckeye Bucks. That's all they got in the second half of that game. I mean, just impressive. A couple of SWC teams, Tim, I think people really need to look out for. Kind of fly under the radar. Midview's one. I think they're playing tremendous basketball here lately. The other's North Ridgeville. Once they're healthy, they've got all their guys back. That's the only loss right now on Midview's record. The North Ridgeville team's got a few losses. Again, if people look at the losses over there, they're going to be surprised by what they see against North Ridgeville. They're a much better team than their record states.
And let's not forget Olmsted Falls in the
Sure.
SWC. I'll tell you what, Chris Delisio is one of the top coaches, not only, can't really say Lorain County because Old Falls sits right across the border, but certainly one of the top coaches in that conference and in Northeast Ohio. Chris does a tremendous job. So year in and year out, the SWC is stacked. And once again, this season, it's proving to be the case.
Yeah, Bulldogs playing great basketball. Their only loss in the season is Lakewood, and that's the other team a lot of people have favored to win the SWC. They get another shot at them. Who knows what will happen over there. Some great basketball in the SWC this year.
Okay. Hey, before we get into our last topic, there's a reason why you're the professional radio guys. I never mentioned Dr. Karen Kramer at the beginning of this. We love her and appreciate her, and we couldn't be here without this. So thanks very much to her. And to those of you who are still listening to the video at this point,
Well, let's hope so.
tell your friends. Let your friends
Yes.
know. Share this. Let them know that this video's out here because, there's a lot of content online, and a lot of people would be interested in things, just never see it. So pass it along, share it, do whatever you need to do to help us keep doing these shows.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
I was about to break into my public TV announcements there.
Make these phones ring.
Speaking of phones ringing, big week holiday tournaments coming up. Let's talk about where WEOL is going to be this weekend.
Oh my goodness!
Where
Yeah,
are we
we'll
gonna
keep
be?
the phone lines and the internet lines burning. There's no doubt about it because you name it, we'll be there. I know it starts in Wellington. As far as the Wellington Holiday Tournament is concerned, the Dukes with a 2-day tournament on Thursday and Friday. John Hay comes into town. Open Door, who we talked about earlier, will be there. Amherst still looking for that first win. So that should be an interesting tournament. We'll have that one covered. You mentioned over at Elyria Catholic. They're going to have some fun games this weekend over at the EC Coliseum.
Yeah, on Saturday, as I mentioned before, 3 o'clock tip time. Midview going to take on a very good Northwestern team. And then later on in the day, about 6 o'clock, Elyria Catholic's going to tip against a very good Keystone team.
Good
so
matchup.
You'll be treated to some great games if you get the opportunity to get over there. A whole boatload of games going on there throughout the day, too. You can check that out.
And then let's not forget the Lorain County Holiday Tournament. This goes back so many years. One of those classic over the holiday type of tournaments. Great teams coming in to Elyria High. It rotates around. Last year it was at Lorain. This year it's at Elyria High. Opening night, Friday night, features Vermilion and Sandusky in the first game. How about that one?
Yeah.
And then Elyria Lorain, say no more. Pioneers and Titans in the nightcap on Friday night. And we'll have all 4 games of the Lorain County Holiday Tournament on the radio on WEOL. Place should be packed, should be a lot of fun, should be some really good entertaining matchups as well.
Well, that's like 2 main events. You're getting right there with Vermilion and Sandusky and Lorain and Elyria. And even if you end up in that consolation bracket, Tim, you've got a tremendous opponent on the other side of the court. So there won't be a bad game played in that 4-game series.
Get your tickets early.
All right, gentlemen, my 44 millimeter space gray Apple Watch Series 4 tells me that we're done. So, Tim Alcorn, take us home.
Did Apple pay for that commercial right there? I don't know. But hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In the Paint, brought to you by Dr. Karen Kramer. Yes, we do appreciate Dr. Kramer very much, as well as Jadasco Insurance. Bruce Bishop, thanks to you. We'll let you look at that Apple Watch one more time. Matt Douglas, thanks to you. Biggest thanks goes to you, the viewers. Again, hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and until we talk again next week, so long, everybody.